When I first heard that WHODUNIT might be available for us to produce, I got the script, and the first time I read it, I wanted to direct it. I wanted it to be done here at Circa 21 because it's a really smart piece, yet it's incredibly funny, and the music is really interesting. It carries the plot forward, or it helps with the character development. When I first read the show, I knew right away it was a show that I wanted to direct. The characters are so well developed and it's so much fun that I really wanted to be a part of that. And then subsequently, in getting the world premiere, it was even more exciting to be able to take those characters with the incredible cast we have and do it for the first time for anyone in the world. WHODUNIT takes place in 1931 in a Connecticut mansion that was built in the 1880s. It's a lavish, incredibly lavish 22-bedroom, 5-bathroom country mansion. Although they call it a cottage, it's a huge mansion. And the set looks like a huge mansion. It's 18 feet tall, walnut columns, incredible period furniture that really helps the cast and the audience feel the period and really make it much more real for everybody concerned. The costumes were interesting. With it being 1931, we aren't quite out of the 20s yet, but we're not quite into the 30s era. So our costume designer, Greg Hyatt, the amazing Greg Hyatt, took the period just a little bit forward with the dress into the earlier 30s, so it can be a little more easily defined. And they're lovely, lovely costumes. And then the special effects. The lighting is great, the sound effects are wonderful, so the whole package visually is really amazing. So when you step into our 1880s Victorian mansion, you see this incredible stained glass with the period door handles, the burled walnut doors, stained glass above, enormous stained glass window at the landing of the massive staircase with a handmade chandelier, handmade for us, by the way. And then up, as we go up into the second level, where there are 4 of the 22 bedrooms. We come upon the first bedroom, which is where Liddy the maid will be. And then this alcove with more Victorian furnishings and the light coming in through the stained glass. And then there are just 3 more bedrooms here. This is where Sally the ingenue will be. And finally this bedroom where Carrie, who's the middle-aged spinster, as the script says, who has leased the summer cottage for a month. And if this isn't used, in part you can see why down there, because we needed an extra bedroom here. But we don't want anyone to go out there because they'll go right backstage by the fly lines. And the view from the balcony out to the theater, you can see this is really quite high up. Our feet are at about 10 feet off the stage. And now we'll go back downstairs. Your level is this wonderful Victorian bar. The glasses aren't here because we're in rehearsals and this is the middle of the afternoon. And the closet. In a murder mystery, what happens in the closet? And more stained glass. I don't know if you can see this, but more stained glass, and there'll also be a statue on there. Victorian photos down the hallway. This large Victorian bookcase. And the rest of the furniture isn't on stage right now because we're just finishing up from an evening of working on this set. We'll be starting rehearsals in a couple of hours. Come see the show. I think everyone will enjoy WHODUNIT because it is so unique. It's a type of show that we've never done at Circa 21 before. That is, it's a period piece set in 1931. It's a murder, mystery, musical comedy that the playwright calls part mystery, part farce, all musical comedy. And with it being a spoof of a very specific style of play and movie, that just adds such a much more interesting element to it. And last night, there was a girl in the audience who was 10 years old, and her dad asked her how she liked the show. She said, it's the best thing I've ever seen at Circa 21, and apparently she's seen several. And he said, how about Peter Pan? And she said, no, it was better than Peter Pan. That's a 10-year-old's assessment. So take that and spread it across the whole spectrum of the audience, and I really think everyone will enjoy the show.